Hello noobs, today I want to try something different. So today we're going to be doing the history of Linkmon99. So when I was on YouTube I didn't really see too many of these, or none at all. So I wanted to make one of these myself, give you guys what I found about Linkmon99 and the history of how he got so rich. And I'm going to be covering all of the 3 major controversies he's been in. And this video is taking me like a really long time to make. Just finding all the information and watching videos and reading articles, it's taking me multiple hours. So if you guys could please subscribe and like, that would be really appreciative. And I'll make another one of these on a different Roblox player if this video gets to 15 to 20 likes. Thanks noobs. Let's get into the video now. Alright guys, before we get into the major controversies, I just want you guys to remember a few things about Linkmon. First of all, he's 21 years old. Second of all, he joined Roblox in 2009. So that means in 2009, which was 12 years ago, that means he would be 9 years old when he first started playing Roblox. And he started getting into limiteds in 2010, because trading didn't start until 2012. So he was 10 years old when he started getting into limiteds, and he was 12 when he started trading. So just a few things to keep in mind, but now let's actually get into major parts of this video. Alright guys, one of his biggest controversies is that he has an unlimited amount of rollbacks. So in his videos, he said that he got hacked the first time and he got a rollback. Alright, normal, I've gotten that also. But the second time he got hacked, he actually got another rollback because it wasn't his fault, quote unquote. So I was just going to leave this out of the video because this is believable. He gave me a good reason why to believe him. Then I saw a video of the richest Roblox players, and it was like one of those chart things where they go up and down in values. I'll show you guys an example, but his chart like changed maybe 10 times in that video, while all the normal YouTubers like CV10K and everyone else, all the bigger traders, it only fluctuated maybe once or twice, but with Linkmon it fluctuated 10 times. And this video is taking over pieces of months, so like every month, 1 month every year, it would like just go down out of nowhere and then come back up. I do not think he has unlimited rollbacks. I just think that either Roblox glitches, or maybe he's too rich for Roblox. Maybe he gives like items to his sister, because I know he does it a lot, but I just don't know how many items he gives and why it would be for over a duration of a month. So that's just a little weird. I wouldn't consider it unlimited rollbacks though. I would think Roblox is either glitching, or he might have a secret alt account that we don't know about. This is one I really can't tell you about with all the research I've been doing. All I know is that his limiteds fluctuate a lot, and I don't think he gets hacked that much, so there's something going on there. I just don't know what it is. Alright guys, so the second controversy was that Linkmon was USD buying his items. Well, actually that is false, because in his earlier videos you could see that he was legitimately trading, and he was already at Dominus Infernus in 2013 or 2014. So he was already really rich, and that was before anyone even knew how to trade. So I highly doubt he USD bought, especially since he was already super rich before USD buying was even a thing. So I'm like 99.9% sure he did not USD buy, and that it's just a myth because you guys don't think it's possible to be as rich as him. But he was probably just grinding for a really long time. Like, he seems like he knows what he's doing. Back in the old days of trading, not that many people knew what they're doing. He knew what he was doing. He was at Dominus Infernus like years ago. So I mean, as long as he knew what he was doing and kept on going and kept on grinding, he was fine, and he kept on grinding. And also Robux were worth a lot more back then. So, and in addition to that, he was buying new limiteds. So there's no way he didn't buy like crazy good new limiteds. I could almost guarantee that he bought, like, I wouldn't say Emprius, but I could guarantee he bought probably like 10 million worth of limiteds right now, just for like 100,000 back then when they just came out. Nowadays it's much tougher to get as rich because there's no new limiteds. But back then, when not as many people knew how to trade as well, and when there was new limiteds coming out very often, I mean, there's no way he didn't take advantage of that, and he was already rich. And last thing I noticed, he made a game that actually got very popular like back a long time ago, so he gained a lot of Robux from that, and he was able to buy a lot of pretty good limiteds. I mean, at the time they were good, and now they're not as good, but still. So that also really helped because he had a lot of really popular games. I know you guys didn't know that probably, but in his video he highlighted that one of his games blew up, and he got like hundreds of thousands of Robux from it. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. He did not USD buy, I think. I mean, we'll never really 100% know, but I highly doubt it. I think it was just much easier to get rich, and he really grinded. So good for him. Alright guys, in the third controversy, I do not want to call this a controversy because it really isn't, but Linkmon99 in all his videos doesn't really seem like he knows a ton about trading and limiteds and stuff. He just kind of knows like the basics. Like, I could tell you most of the things that he said in his videos. So there's not really any special tips. He just grinded. You guys expect him to like be like an all-out god and like have stupid special tips, but that's not the case. Back a long time ago when he started to get rich, you didn't need to know like a ton about trading. A lot of knowledge back then is like not as much now, because Linkmon doesn't even trade anymore really. I mean, he trades, but he's not really into it because he's made his Robux. Like, he's at like 140 million value. So all like the modern tricks and stuff he doesn't need to know. So knowing a decent amount now is pretty much knowing like a ton back when he started. And in addition, if he does know some tips, he probably wouldn't want to disclose the tips that he already knows, because that would be pretty stupid. I mean, he wants to stay on top, of course. Alright guys, so now this is titled The History of Linkmon99, and I haven't really given too much history. When Linkmon was a trader, Roblox limiteds were completely different. So when he was earlier in trading, he got Illumina, and Illumina was a big part of the trade he got for Dominus and Furnace. And then once he got Dominus and Furnace, everything took off. He started getting more limiteds and everything. People back then were not as good at trading, so he was able to get a lot of easier wins. And yeah, even though he was a young trader, only like 13, 14 years old, he was still a terrific trader, because back then, if you grinded and you knew a lot, then you would be good. He took advantage of people, not like scamming, but he took advantage of people that didn't know as much. He grinded, he played Roblox a lot, and he made profit. He made Robux. In addition, with his games, he made multiple popular games that were popular even before he was a YouTuber, because all the popular games he has made that you could probably see in his profile were made back in like 2011-ish, 2012-ish, way before he became popular on YouTube. So that also probably helped. So he was a game dev, but not a completely known game dev, because he hasn't done anything very recent. So I think he's both a game dev and a trader, and I think the Robux really helped him tremendously, because it probably helped him get a lot of like smaller wins that eventually inflation happened, and those smaller wins turned into huge wins. And getting those bigger items back then, like Dominuses, now they're so big that like a 3 million value Dominus, let's just say, is now like Frigidus. Say Frigidus was at 3 million value, now it's at like 14 million, something like that. No, like 10 million. With inflation, he was able to get bigger items that back then were not some of the biggest items in the game. They were just big items that now with inflation became huge items. So that's most of the history that I found out about Linkmon. I mean, I couldn't go that in depth or anything. I mean, you guys could probably figure out a lot of this yourselves, but I just wanted to make this video about him. If you guys do want to see this type of stuff about different Roblox players, get me to 20 likes please. That would be appreciated. And this is just my first video of this ever, so it's probably not going to be super great. So hopefully if I keep on doing this, my videos will evolve and they'll get better. Bye, noobs.